What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the local meta report here in St. Louis, Missouri. I am Brad, co-host of the Rules of Villainy podcast and mayor of Lorcana, and I am here to bring you the local sets report. This is generally a video where I bring you the local meta report as we go week to week in our local leagues with the top winning decks and to celebrate the community, the fun decks that they have here and the decks that are winning. But we are deep in the Reign of Jafar set championship season, the fourth week, and we actually have a bonus week coming up. One more week of the set championships. I have 5 decks to show you today from these 5 stores here in the intro, and I just want to get into it because it is late on a Sunday night, and I really want to get this video out for you tomorrow, so enjoy. All right, our first deck of the week comes from Realms of Gaming on the Illinois side of the river in Troy. We had a field of 8. Everybody got prizing, but the playmat went to Mike. Mike got it done with Amethyst Steel, a deck that has been very, very good the past couple sets. Very low to the ground, but very, very fast and effective. We're seeing him make use of the 1-drops with the followers, the Diablo, the Sticky Mickey, and fire the cannons for any pesky birds that are seriously all over the St. Louis meta here. So I really love the 1-drops that he has here. I think the Sticky Mickey was coined by the Forbidden Mountain because he's just a card that sticks around with the Resist +1. He does have the entire bounce package here with the foxes and the snakes and the goats, the crabs to buff things up if he needs to challenge into something heavy. Calhoun's get you lore when she banishes. Doc gets you cards when he's played. Smee Quest for 2. The Giant Cobra is a card that has just been very, very good here. And with the bounce package, even better. If you have cards to discard, you get 2 lore every time you play that Giant Cobra. The genie that is evasive on turn, the genie that is evasive in Quest for 2 and draws you a card. Really, really, really good deck. Love everything about it. If you think that you are going to play Be Prepared on his wide board, think again, because of course it is steel and it is running Pete. If you can bounce that Pete back and forth over and over again, you're locking your player out of doing anything, or your opponent, I should say. Very, very good deck. Congratulations to Mike on getting the job done on Saturday. All right, our second deck of the day comes from Gambrill Gaming in Troy, Missouri. Rules of Villainies own Steven, Captain Inkswell himself, got the job done with Ruby Amethyst. We all know he's a Blurple player at heart, but he ran into a field of 12 with Ruby Amethyst, which he's been experimenting with quite a bit this set, and got the job done. So congratulations to him. We know he's been running this 2-cost Ursula, a 1/3 with Challenger for some pesky birds. He's also got the Brawl in there. The Peter Pan Shadowfinder, he went all in on with 4 of those, making all of his evasives have Rush as well. Another great answer to the bird there, especially on curve on 3 with the Rush element there. The one new card that he did add that I found fascinating and kind of mimics the Hades at cost 7 that we'll touch on here in just a second is the Madame Medusa Deceiving Partner, where whenever you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to return chosen character with 2 costs or less to their player's hand. So a little bit of extra removal there at the cost of some damage with that 3-cost Madame Medusa. And then, of course, the 7-cost Hades that we've been talking about all set, the Ruthless Tyrant. Whenever you play this character and whenever he quests, you may deal 2 damage to another chosen character of yours to draw 2 cards. So it seems to be the new pattern, the new thing that's Ruby Amethyst color combination is going to be leading into when rotation hits. I'm really curious to see what this deck evolves into. We know a lot of this is already coming back. Maybe not, I shouldn't say a lot of this, but some of these cards, like the Bell, which is more moving damage, the Accomplished Mystic. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation about rotation, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about quite a bit in the weeks to come. But this video is to celebrate Steven and his win in Troy at Gambrill Gaming. Congratulations, Steven. All right, moving back across the river in Freeburg, Illinois, with perhaps my favorite winner of the day. Apologies to everybody else. From the Bandits Hideout, the entire Shorter family got the top 4, and Blake took it down, getting his championship Jafar mat to match his brother's hero mat from the last set. And the reason why it's probably my favorite is because I just believe that this just completely exemplifies what Disney Lorcana is all about, with the kids winning and playing into tough matchups. Like Blake had a tough road to victory here through Tom C, through Hunter of Boo Hunter fame here at Rules of Villainy, and Tom W in round 4. He conceded to his brother in round 3, which is just another example of what I love about these kids. Like they play each other and they play to push each other forward, and it's just so great to see. I love everything about this. He did it here with a Ruby Amethyst deck that just curves up all the way to the control that he needs with the Tremaines, the Mauis, the Be Prepareds, of course, brawling his way there. He's got the Pegasus as well that is evasive. If you don't have an answer for that, he does swing for 3 as well, so your birds are in trouble, especially even being at the Cove that I ran into a lot this weekend when I played. The rabbits are back. The entire Merlin Mim package that has been here since set 2 is here with the snakes, the crabs, the foxes, the goats, and the rabbits. And then he utilizes the library as well to get all that extra draw as well. Putting a rabbit in the library is just very, very hard to deal with. If you can't get rid of the library, they're just getting a bunch of cards until you do, or when you get rid of the rabbits. So I'm rambling here, but this is the deck. Congratulations to Blake. I'm so happy to see you and your entire family, how well you do. I mean, Aiden, we saw, if you were on the Rules of Villainy socials this weekend, he played Ed and took a game from Ed, North American Championship and world second place Ed Chu. So very great weekend for these kids. I'm so happy for them, and we will see you guys in the next one. All right, going from probably my favorite winner of the weekend to my least favorite winner. And I mean that with all the love in the world. From Fortuna Games, Tom O takes it down with Amber Steel Aggro. The reason why I said it's my least favorite, he's going to know I'm joking if he watches this, is because he beat me in the finals with this deck. It is extremely fast, but it gets the job done. In fact, it was probably the hardest matchup of the day, and rightfully so, being in the championship finals there at Fortuna, because it's so fast. And I was on the draw. I actually won game 1 because his turn 1 Daisy quested twice and got me a fox each time, and it just set me up on Blurple to continue to speed forward, get all my control ready, and take out everything on his board with my Elsas and everything. They were both incredibly close matches. Or all 3 of them were, but it is incredibly fast deck. And if he lands that Cindy on the play, then anything that you play the first couple turns is just going to get sung, with strength, or let the Storm Rage on while everything else continues to sit out there in quest. He's got the 2 quest Daisy, he's got the Shift Rhino, he's got Penny, he's got Piglet that quests for 3, Calhoun that challenges and banishes to get yourself 2 lore. Draw from the dock, the 2 quests me. I'm just reading you all the cards here. The former villain of the week here, Lady, the last week's villain of the week, because whenever you play her on 3, you can play one of these other 30 cards above it for free. And most of the time it was Doc, and he would draw 2 new cards, and then it was just off to the races. I was fortunate enough to get a win on him on the draw, and then of course I lost the game 2 decisively. And then game 3, I drew into the nuts and then actually misplayed toward the end of the game that allowed him to win with an unexerted Daisy that I could do nothing about. But they were so fast. At one point in game 3, he dropped a Daisy and 2 piglets, and I couldn't do anything about it. So the next turn, he was gaining 8 lore. Absolutely insane deck. Congratulations to you, Tom. It was nice meeting you on that day. It was great playing you, and can't wait to run it back one day. And finally, from the Underground Dojo in Collinsville, Illinois, on Sunday in a field of 18, our friend Tom W takes it down with a very similar deck that we just saw from Fortuna, Amethyst Steel Aggro. He calls it Mindless Aggro, a little pun on mindless and no Dwarven Mind here to move your characters to the Diggy Hole variant that we're all very familiar with. He went a little less into the Calhouns, a less challenge-heavy deck. This is all gas. The reason why, though, is because he added 2 Vinnies. The green pigeon that just sits there as a 1/4. If you don't deal with him, but you deal with everything else that is questing, he's going to just get lore anyway. So every big character that is banished while he is on the board gains 1 lore. So you absolutely need to find a way to exert that pigeon and get him off the board. I didn't talk about it on the other Tom's deck, but the Goofy, I love the addition of that. I've been a big advocate for Pancake Goofy since the beginning, despite a lot of resistance from my peers. I think that's a really good card. I really like that card. And I don't have really anything else to say about this deck. We just talked about it a little bit ago. It is very, very fast, gets the job done. He was in the finals with a dear friend, Kristen from Grapes Games, also running a more Steel Song variant of the Amber Steel, and I'm sure it was a very close game. She had all the answers for these, and I don't know the results of how the match played out or how it went for her. I would assume that it was close, but I don't know. It has potential to not be if she doesn't draw her answers for all these fast cards. But congratulations to Tom. This video is about you and your success. I know you really wanted it, my man. So congratulations to you, and we will see you in the next one as well. And that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked this video. Thank you to everybody who submitted their decks and allowed us to celebrate you this week. And congratulations once again. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We are 9 people away from 500, which is a huge deal on YouTube, and really excited to cross that threshold. You could be number 500. If you would like to join our community on Discord, we have a link in the description below. Constant chatter on there all the time, celebrating the game one way or another, and just a great way to get involved here in the community, the Rules of Villainy sphere of the community that is. We have about 5 more set championships, I think, coming up next week, and hopefully I can get all the winning decks from those to give you one more Reign of Jafar set championship video before we cross into the Fabled era. We're really, really excited about that. Speaking of Fabled, we have a reveal that we are excited to show you this Friday, August 8th at 7 o'clock here on this channel. We are doing a live episode of Rules of Villainy, as we did with our reveals a couple sets ago in the Azurite Sea. Really excited to show you that, so please consider tuning in for that on Friday night. Can't think of anything else to say here. I appreciate you all for tuning into this each and every week when we do this, and I will see you next time. Happy questing. And that's it. I usually say happy questing to close it out, but now it is late and I still have to edit. We'll see you.